And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings, and it's all up next.
It's one of the NFL's newest venues, but it's already earned a reputation as one of its best. This is US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense can get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Will Reichert has it all teed up. And we're off from US Bank Stadium. On the return, here's Ray McLeod. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game, but he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana. And I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL. It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 31. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. A very productive play from the rookie QB out of Washington. That gets them a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Penix here from the gun. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. From the shotgun, Penix finds his target, Robinson. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Staying with Robinson. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Penix working from the gun. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established and into top gear right here early on.
Young Hui Koo on for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Vikings nothing.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Ty Chandler to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So we'll see the Vikings offense now for the first time. And we'll take a glance at their 7th-year QB.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
Here's Darnold to throw. As a man, Justin Jefferson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute it.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Addison going to motion over left. Play action on 1st down. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. And the Falcons take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Onto the field comes the Atlanta offense for the 2nd time. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
Fits it through the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Penix now on 1st down. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return, and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Penix. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Falcons will have a first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
A toss now to Robinson. And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from US Bank Stadium after the break. Welcome back. Time for our second quarter. The Falcons with a chance to score. Here's Robinson. Crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons parlay the interception into points. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Coup on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons double their lead to 14. Now to kick it away, here's Pinion. It's Brandon Powell with the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Minnesota all set to go for its second drive. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First carry here for Aaron Jones. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Throwing here, Darnold. Complete out to the right. This is ahead for about 5. A.J. Terrell making that stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Darnold now to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll come up 1st and 10. To throw, here's Darnold. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. From the gun, Jones gets it. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
To the air, 3rd and long. Forced out to his right. Oh, he's gonna run for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a 1st. Give him 13 on that play. And that's gonna give the Vikings the 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Back now, pressure on its way. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
From the red zone now. He's on the move. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Darnold looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The Falcons spend the 1st of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So the Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. It's a 38-yarder from the left hash. Smith able to put it through. And that'll get him back to 11.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Avery Williams on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They'll They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Penix. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Throwing now from the gun. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Throwing Penix. Cut near the goal line. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This is a chip shot from the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And that extends their lead to 14. We've reached the midway point of this game. The visiting Falcons taking a lead into that locker room. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. It was the former Longhorn Bijan Robinson who was tough to stop in that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Powell now to return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense headed out to start this third quarter. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense right there on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Arnold Ebiketie makes it there for the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I can promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that, but let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
And he's brought down for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Falcons go in nickel to defend this 3rd down play. They've got a man in motion. Throwing on 3rd and long. He lofts it deep left. And he makes the catch for the tip drill touchdown. The Vikings cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead, I don't care.
You're
But the
biased.
success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. McLeod now returning it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Falcons ready for their next possession. That lead already smaller than it was at the break, Brock, and they're going to face a little pressure now on this opening series. The drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. It's a gain of 12 there. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10 from the 41. From the shotgun, Penix. Into the hands of Pitts. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Ivan Pace able to make the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 46. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. And again, it's Penix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, I know some old school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a 1st down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. How valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one.
The Vikings and Justin Jefferson ready to go to work again offensively. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He beams one deep right side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's Darnold to throw. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. third down, 1 yard to go. Here's Darnold. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Now we'll see Ryan Wright come on for the Vikings to punt this away on 4th. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. Now here come the Falcons on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. Flush down out to his left.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go play action. Here's Penix. Complete out to the right side. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Penix working from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. 4th down coming up. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. And they just did.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And it's going to be Vikings football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Motion man right is Jefferson. 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And that's good for a gain of 5. Lorenzo Carter there to bring him down. So we're through 3 here. It's Vikings football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Now Darnold. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Man in motion here. Running right, this is Jones. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Darnold now to throw. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Second down now, 7 to go. To throw, here's Darnold. Able to find Hawkinson. And not much doing, he stopped quickly.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Back to throw it. That's caught for the first. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Jones trying the left side. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings now trail by just a point in the 4th. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. Would tie us up late. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. McLeod now returning it. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. On in the field runs the Atlanta offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. First and 10 now from the 30. To the air with Penix. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Falcons pushing to get within range for a game winner. Vikings defense countering with a nickel look. 3rd down coming. He's back to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
That's completed right side. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Falcons will have a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Setting up to pass. He's on the move. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. He'll look to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this third down. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Younghoe Koo out for the field goal. Pressure hanging over this kick. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. That one is good! And they're going to take the lead inside the final minute.
You know what I love about that, Kate? He didn't shrink from the spotlight. He seized the moment, made it his own. And that kick might just win them this game.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Powell now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. They get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Short pass brought in. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. Still one more in their pocket to use. Offense to the line for 1st down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Back to throw. Hauled in left side. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
Offense to the line for 1st down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Darnold. Rolling left, behind some time. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And with 10 seconds left in this game, they're going to burn their final timeout. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Pass is caught by Addison. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. So the Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.